I have a quick question for you, right? Before we even get into the video. Do intros even bring anything to the experience? Like, does it matter if I say, and what's up, everybody? It's your friend, Cheap Ludes? Or, like, does it mean absolutely nothing? I don't know. Anyways, it is Monday evening, so we have new glitch packs tomorrow, which should be interesting, if I'm being honest. Like, the one thing I will say about the glitch set, granted, the three Evo players are essentially worthless every single week. PJ Tucker was okay, and Jared Vanderbilt is okay, but the Evos are a little too aggressive, and no one really cares all that much. Like, they've been pretty much consistently the most cracked packs that we've been getting. Just because, out of all the glitch cards that we've received thus far in Hakeem Olajuwon, Ray Allen, and Gary Payton, all three of them are minimum top three at their position for sure. Like, Ray Allen's the one you could be like, okay, I don't know, maybe he's not necessarily the greatest, but like everybody else, like Hakeem is clearly the best center in the game. You can make a case for Kareem depending on play style, but Hakeem's the best overall center. Gary Payton is, if not the best point guard in the game, one of them. So usually get a little bit excited. If you haven't done the Embiid grind, it's worth it. Embiid is is he a top 5 center? Not necessarily, but he's fringe and he's free and relatively easy to get. So who do you think is coming tomorrow in the glitch packs? Now, obviously, Greg Ostertag's not coming. Spoiler alert. I'm sorry to say the Kansas GOAT himself will not be in the packs. Super unfortunate. I keep asking for him, and it looks like we're never going to get a Greg Ostertag. Granted, was he ever going to lead the packs? No, but like I'm okay with like an amethyst glitched 3-point shooting Greg Ostertag. He will be my center forever. Anyways, first three we got 3-point shooting Steven Adams. Like, dude, we got 3-point shooting Steven Adams. Okay, you let me have my Greg Ostertag. Anyways, we have an athletic Doug McDermott, which, like, dude, as a Bulls fan, that's just a hilarious prospect. Anyways, and then we got glitch defense Georges Niang. Real interesting. So let's take a look at Georges Niang, 6'7", 6'9" wingspan. Honestly, like, I try really hard to be excited in any way, shape, or form for these, but it's just really difficult to do so. He already had a 79 3-pointer, so that's at bare minimum what his is going to be. With his release on quick, which I'll try out once we go look at the market, I don't know. He does have Michael Jordan dribble style, though, and like Dame's behind the back. Like, Niang has a really solid meta set of dribble moves, honestly. Normal leaner, too, so on next gen, he's going to be really solid. Obviously, his size up's whack. I don't really care about dribble moves like that, though, if I'm being honest. Like, if you're looking for dribble tutorials, you're on the wrong channel. Let's just be real. But everything's looking good. Like, Niang, depending on what his Evos could be really good. Like, the player build is there. He's really slow, which should be better because it's an athleticism glitch, right? Or is this one defense? Nah, this is defense. All right, that kind of sucks. If he had an athletic, well, I don't know. It's tough to say. He has no badges to begin with, right? So it's like, I assume he's going to have a few shooting badges off rip, probably. Playmaking badges will probably be few and far between, if any at all. And defensive badges will be decent. I'm not going to predict which ones he's going to have, but depending what his badge loadout is looking like, which at this point, like, they're loadouts, let's be real, he could actually be really solid. McDermott, don't know about his jump shot either, but I guess we'll kind of see what's up. He's got the athleticism glitch, so he should be rim running pretty heavily, which is going to be super funny. Size-wise, he's very similar to Niang. Like, they're very, very similar size-wise, so these two are going to be basically identical, I would assume. Nothing crazy. Are there any, like, no, power forward, small forward, power forward? Yeah, nothing really crazy going on there. His defense is going to be non-existent, but he's going to be able to rim run and shoot relatively well. And then we got Steven Adams, who has Steven Adams' release on slow, so that should be great. It should not be good. He's got a 99 shot IQ, though, so that's good, I guess. Realistically, this tendency I know is important for, like, eras in my NBA and stuff, but from a my team perspective, just like, don't even put this in the game. It's just annoying to even see at this point, you know what I mean? Like that and like pass IQ, I don't know if they actually do anything. If they do, please do let me know, but I really don't know. 3-point shooting, he'll probably have like silver limitless or whatever. And depending on his jump shot, he might be okay, but it's just like I just don't care about these whatsoever. Now, I don't know who the diamond and the amethyst are going to be. I mean, there's guys I would love to see there, obviously, but, you know, anybody who I want to see, we're not going to see. Then again, they've been getting some random players this year, like Ricky Davis and Tim Thomas. So, like, crossing my fingers, we could see some guys that I, like, grew up watching this year. Clearly, somebody who creates the cards is a big fan of 2000s basketball. So, I'm not saying it's likely, but it's possible we see guys like Josh Childress, Royal Ivy, Sharif Abdul-Rahim has been in the game for a few years. Same with Stroh was in here last year. So guys like that we could definitely see. But I'm going to go with Darius Miles as somebody we'll see tomorrow. I think that's pretty accurate. But we could also see someone like that Friday as well. Then we got the big boy right here, Josh Smith. I actually, in my What to Expect video, I rattled off the possibility that it would be funny to see Josh Smith this weekend. Or this week, I think I even said, in general. And now we got a three-point shooting Josh Smith. This card's going to be cracked. Like, Josh Smith, every year what they do with Josh Smith is they just make him a better shooting LeBron James every single year. So, depending on where you play Tim Thomas, you could argue that maybe he's not going to be the best power forward in the game, but, like, if you rock Tim Thomas at small forward and Josh Smith at power forward, because Josh Smith, what he does normally is he plays elite level defense as an elite level rim runner, right? You're adding a clean 3-point shot. It's going to be GG's. Now, like, the best way I can describe Josh Smith is to look at Pink Diamond LeBron, right? Because they're always very similar. Like, from a player build standpoint, from a pretty much everything standpoint, from 2K only, they're very, very similar. So, kind of what we're seeing with LeBron here is probably what we're going to see with Josh Smith. Like, he's going to be relatively similar to LeBron. Defense and playmaking are going to be similar, same with finishing. But take some of these defensive badges, kind of lower them a little bit, and then boost up these shooting badges heavily, and that's what you're going to be seeing with Josh Smith tomorrow. I personally am kind of excited to see what they're going to do with this card because I feel like it's going to be cracked out. So without further ado, let's go talk about the market. All right, we're on freestyle. We're about to try out Georges Niang and Doug McDermott and Steven Adams, which is about the most disappointing trio of all time. Say hi, Katana. Oh, okay, that's a hard no. All right, let's test out some jump shots. Let's see. Oh, look at those elite level hot zones for Georges Niang. Oh, look at that. Okay, the jump shot, fast. Like, actually, wow. Okay. The jump shot is clean, dude. Okay, is Georges Niang actually going to be kind of a demon? He might be. Like, he might actually be kind of a demon. Like, the release is like a really, really fast Sean Marion release. It's honestly kind of hard to control. He kind of moves decent, too. Like, he's actually really solid. Like, if his defense is even, like, semi-competent, like, he's got 31 speed, but he actually doesn't feel that slow. It's weird. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Like, he actually does not feel that slow. I mean, he's slow. Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, but he's kind of like, the jump shot is super clean. Like, I'm actually very impressed with the Georges Niang jump shot. Like, am I the most green person in the world? Absolutely not. You guys know that. Nobody's watching me for Splash Edition level gameplay. But, like, I'm kind of shocked that Georges Niang has this, like, absolute fireball in his arsenal. It's a weird jump shot to time, though. Like, it's something that, like, you're probably consistently going to miss based on the jump shot. Just having a weird release point. If you use the meter, this is probably a jump shot that you'll really enjoy. Or if you can accurately tell where he releases it, but, like, that's kind of a struggle for me, more or less. Like, it's fast, though. It's fast and it's greenable. Upon multiple uses, you could probably start to get it down a little bit. It's kind of decent, though. Let's take a look at Steven Adams. This is... Oh, Jesus. Can I even green a jump shot with Steven Adams? Oh, God. Oh, yeah. This is rough. This is kind of rough. Actually, you know what, though? I will say it's probably not that bad once he has, like, shooting badges. Like, I'm shooting with Steven Adams with, like, a 24 three-pointer. Like, it's not about to go well. Let's do some shot closes here. I don't even know if I can green one with him. Like, truly. Like, can I even make a three-pointer? I don't know. It's not that bad, but it's not very good either. It's got a really weird release point. And I'm not going to be able to green anything because he has basically negative shooting statistics at this current moment. So I'm trying to shoot. Yes, a green. Can I green a 3 with Steven Adams? I don't know if I can. There it is. That's cash. Oh, that has to be. Come on. There it is. That's water. Oh, no. I know that was an actual green. Come on, man. I don't think I'm able to actually green a jump shot with Steven Adams. Like, I'm pretty sure they're not going to allow me to do this. Okay, so we got some late timings. That's early. That's late? What is going on, dude? The jump shot is actually not too bad, though. Like, it's not. It reminds me quite a bit of Robert Williams' release. Depending on what the rest of his kind of stats and badges look like Steven Adams, and depending on what his Evo is like, he could actually be really solid. Like, I really wanted to green a jumper here, but it doesn't look like, I mean, obviously my shot isn't exactly great, but like the green window is so small right now that I'm just not convinced I'm ever going to find it, but he's all right. You know what I mean? Then we got Dougie McBuckets. Oh boy. Shout out to all the homies in the chat, the Bulls fans, who know the pain that Doug McDermott has caused us. Not his fault. He's like a decent enough player. He's okay. He's a good role model. I don't know what he's like in his personal life. I can't state that he's a role model. Like, who knows? For all we know, he smokes crack. Like, we don't know what he does in his off time. So I can't say that he's a good role model. But, like, role player-wise, he would have been fine. And the jump shot's actually pretty good. Yeah, this jump shot is actually super butter. Like, it's very good. Way better than Niang's. Like, it's slower for sure, but he has a much more pronounced release point. And if you're someone who plays no meter, ooh, god damn, dude. Okay, McDermott might be... I'm not gonna lie. This jump shot, oh boy, okay. I might have to pick up McDermott straight up because of this jump shot. Like, if he has any defensive badges whatsoever, like, if he's even semi-competent defensively... Like, I'm picking up McDermott because this jump shot shines on current gen. Could be different on next gen. Most jumpers are different, but man, McDermott's jumper. Look at my man doing Steph turnarounds. Like, he's like, yo, I cashed that. Now I'm bricking. I gassed the jump shot up too much, it would appear. It's okay. Can't stop my man Dougie McBuckets forever, though. Splash. Oh, my God. Yo, McDermott. Let's shoot from the right. Good. Yeah, real good. Okay, let's shoot from the left. Really slow pull up, but it does allow you to green it at a relatively decent clip. Shooting from the left side is going to be rough for him, but shooting from the right side, very solid. Yeah, McDermott, he could be an absolute nightmare if he has even semi-competent defensive badges, and if the Evo isn't absolutely horrible, he might legitimately be one of the best budget wings in the entire game. Like, these are all very dependent on, obviously, a variety of factors, but McDermott is looking a lot better than you would expect. Now, does this set cause any type of ripples in the market? Not necessarily. I mean, I really don't think so. I mean, we could see... I mean, at the power forward position, we could see some drops in prices, but I mean, who, though, at the end of the day? Like, Durant's not coming down in price due to Josh Smith, right? Ron Artest or LeBron James are not coming down in price. Like, Ron might, because Ron's starting to fall out of favor in people's top lineups due to the addition of guys like Tim Thomas, Ricky Davis, Josh Smith taking up kind of roster spots, but I don't think he's necessarily going to fall all that much. We could see like a drop in maybe like Diamond Ron. Diamond Ron's still a bucket straight up. He's still really good. Thinking about picking up an upgraded Diamond Ron, if I'm being honest. I was thinking about it. Every time I say Ron, like, I think you know what I think I'm saying. So it's like, you know what I mean? I don't think anybody drops in price. Like, maybe someone like Draymond Green, but I don't really think I've even seen a Draymond Green this entire year anyway. So maybe not. Going back to season 1, I mean, we might see guys like Tatum drop, but he's been relatively expensive this whole time. How much is Wilt going for? Wilt's still kind of expensive. It's kind of wild. Maybe like Kawhi, but we really don't have a whole lot of power forwards anyway. People are still using Garnett, but they're still using him at center, so maybe we see some people put up Garnetts. But then again, it's kind of pointless to speculate on like pink diamonds and such, because at the end of the day, these cards are just so expensive that they're not really even dropping in price all that much. Like, really. Speaking of which, I did want to mention that a couple things before I get out of here. A couple little market tips. Hey, if you have any season 1 cards, they're going for ridiculous value at right now compared to what they were before. So you should get rid of them. Aside from, like, you know, amethysts really aren't going for a whole lot. But everything else, they are kind of going for a decent margin, diamond and up. So you're obviously going to lose value on pink diamonds, but I'm mainly talking about diamonds here. The diamond cards are all up pretty much across the board just because there's not very many of them in the wild period. So if you have any of these cards, you're getting a bit more value than you were just like even a week ago. And that kind of goes for all of them. Shades of guys, pretty much every card really, like except Andre Karolinko, who's dirt cheap, honestly. He's still usable, by the way. People kind of sleep on Karolinko, but if you can find a badged up Karolinko, which there are some out in the wild, even just a couple golds added, he's definitely worth like the 20k price tag that he has. His jump shot is ridiculously easy to time, plays competent enough defense, he actually gets stops. Like, Karolinko is really good. If I didn't have Pippen, who I liked quite a bit, I would probably just grab Karolinko. Honestly, I've considered grabbing him for my power forward position a few different times, being he's 6'9" and can hold it down still to this day. Everybody else I would probably get rid of, though. Like, Steph Curry was down to like 70k the other day. Now he's back up to 90. So Zach LaVine, I mean, he was like 25k. Now he's up to like 40. So if you have any of those cards, sell them. Most importantly, though, if you have any Under Armour shoes, you're going to want to sell those because they're all way up in price due to Embiid. Because Embiid can only wear Under Armour shoes and people want to raise his 3-pointer, so you can actually make a decent amount of MT selling any of the Under Armour diamond shoes that you have. Even to a certain extent, Under Armour gold shoes are way up. Like, they're usually like 250 MT. You can get like 1,000 for them right now. If you have any, let's take a look at the, hold on, I want to see if we can find like the actual Under Armour, let's go disabled, Embiid shoes. Sorry, brain fart. Because the Embiid shoes were cracked expensive. Like, they were, you were looking like 20k for an Embiid shoe earlier. Like, you're looking about 10 now, but I mean, if you have any of these shoes and you don't care about putting them on an Embiid, you can make a decent little chunk of MT, straight up. The thing about Embiid is, obviously, he's coming out. Everyone's going to be able to get him, or at least majority of people are going to be able to get him. So the fact that he's free, people don't mind spending MT to kind of badge him up and give him shoes and stuff like that. So badges you want to look at would be like blinders, guard up specifically. I mean, if you have any of those badges, chances are they're going to be going for a bit more than they normally would. So let's take a look at guard up specifically, because that's one of the better badges to actually put on Embiid. I mean, guard up's pretty much across the board up way higher than it was even just yesterday. So it's definitely worthwhile to kind of check to see if you have any of these. I mean, there's not even any bronze ones up at the current moment, so you could come up pretty hard. Other badges, quick first step, obviously, but quick first step has been super expensive all year, so I mean, it's not like it's really doing a whole lot. But even the bronze one was only about 4 or 5k the other day. Now it's up to about 6, so it's not, well, it looks like it's about what it was before, but gold quick first step is about 30k. So I mean, if you have that, you're going to be looking good. So as always, it's been your friend Cheap Ludes. I may not do an intro, but I will do an outro. Whatever, it is what it is. Talked about this in my video earlier, but I'm going to be doing one day a week where I do something non 2K related. Let me know in the comments if you're stoked on that, because nobody did in the last video, because clearly everyone hates me, so it's fine. I'll be up way too early opening packs tomorrow. It's supposed to snow, so I'm going to be dropping a bunch of content tomorrow because I have nothing else to do because I'll be stuck inside my house. Oh no, so rough. Peace.